Hi everybody, it's me Julie and I'm here today with a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's drugstore makeup. As you can tell by my shirt, I love drugstore makeup. So this is a video, it's not really a tag, it's just a series of videos that I've seen a few of my favorite beauty gurus do, and it's basically going through your favorite brands at the drugstore, like brand by brand, talking about what you like and what you don't like about each brand. And since I practically live in the cosmetic department at the drugstore, this is just perfect for me. And I'm going to start this series with probably my favorite brand of all time. It's not technically drugstore because you can't buy it at the drugstore, but you can buy it in some other stores and most certainly online, and that is e.l.f. or Eyes, Lips, Face. And I've got my bucket of tricks here. So whenever I show e.l.f. products in my videos, I get a lot of questions about where do I get my e.l.f. products, you know, like how's shipping and all that stuff. So I thought I would do just kind of a little bit of a blab about that. So I mainly buy my e.l.f. products online at eyeslipsface.com. You have to pay, I think their flat shipping rate is $6.95, plus if you're shipping to Canada, it's an additional $8.95. So that's $15 shipping, which is a lot, but what I do to balance that is I pretty much only shop for e.l.f. products when they have one of their 50% off sales. So to me, and then because what I do then is I bulk buy, and then I'm paying $15 to get, you know, a whole whack load of products. So I've babbled enough. I'm going to get right into the products here. Okay, so as far as dislikes go, number one is nail polish. I haven't tried their nail polish in a while, but when I did try it originally, I found it very hard to apply, very streaky, very thin, and not very long wearing. So I don't really rate their nail polishes very well. Number two is their eyeliners. Bunch of products just fell over. I find most of their eyeliners to be really hard and scratchy and not really worth the price. There's so many other eyeliners out there that are much better. Okay, next we've got foundations, tinted moisturizers, and I'm going to lump their concealers in there as well. Apart from the little corrective concealer little quads that I have that I do think are really good. For the most part, I'm not a really big fan. I find their concealers are a little bit too light, not long wearing enough. I'm not exactly sure what planet they went to while they were picking their color choices for their foundations and tinted moisturizers, but wherever that planet was, all those people have unnaturally dark skin that doesn't really seem to be a color that appears in nature. I just cannot find a color match for my skin tone. I'm a MAC NC15, so I find everything that they have is much too dark, much too orange. I just don't rank them at all. Next up is e.l.f. mascaras. I find for the most part, you know, all the ones that I've tried, they've been nice. I'm wearing it today, like actually everything I'm wearing today is e.l.f. except for my foundation. I find that, you know, they're very nice. They don't irritate my eyes. You know, they give you a nice, really subtle look, but they never live up to the name on the tube. Okay, next up are a couple of new products, and I don't know, I think maybe like all brands, once they start to get more popular, like to keep the price point down, I think some brands kind of branch out, try new manufacturers, fiddle with their formulas, and kind of lose something. And I think that e.l.f. is kind of doing that with these new products, and it's the baked eyeshadow products. I'm wearing them today, and I think they look fairly nice for the camera. I just find compared to other e.l.f. eyeshadows, these just don't rank very highly. They're very, they're very shimmery. They're very, you can see how shiny that is. If that's a look that you're into, I think that's, you know, then maybe you would have better luck with these than I have. I just find that they're too shimmery, too sparkly, and they have a tendency to get burnished down very quickly, so after a while you can't get any kind of color payoff on your brush. This one's actually quite nice. This is Burnt Plum, and then I have Toasted. But compared to some of the other e.l.f. eyeshadows that I've used, I just don't like these as much. And I also tried their baked blushes, which to me were way too shimmery. It was like glitter bomb, and they were more like a highlighter than a blush, and I just did not like those at all. And I should probably mention that every product that I'm showing you, I've purchased with my own money. I'm not sponsored by e.l.f. or anything. Wish I was, but I'm not. Okay, and then lastly, as far as dislikes go, this is kind of one of those not worth, don't live up to the hype type products as well, and that's the Essentials brushes. I know that a lot of people like them. A lot of people think that they're really great value for the money, considering they're only $1. But all I have to say is, ouch. I just think that they're very scratchy. They're kind of an odd size. Like, these are supposed to be, like, these are crease brushes, so I find them to be very, very small. And I find that they're often not cut properly. So you'll get ones that are like, uneven, and even for $1, I don't think they're that great. And so I'm going to say that number one, my favorite, like my top of e.l.f. products is their Studio line products. I just find everything that I've used, from their brushes, their studio blushes and eyeshadows and everything, has just been phenomenal. I love the sleek packaging. I love the price point. The price point's $3 to $6. I find that everything that I've tried has mostly been a hit. And like I said, with the price tag being $3 to $6, and then if you get like 50% off sale, their misses are very tolerable. A lot of the time at the drugstore, I'll get something that's a miss and I've paid $10 for it, and I feel like, oh, I hate that. But with e.l.f., I just find that their hits way outweigh their misses, in my opinion, for what I like and what I look for in a product. And the misses are kind of balanced out by their price point. So I just think that they're fantastic. Another like that I have for e.l.f. is their tools. And like, they're things that are not really like makeup related, but they're, for example, like their primers, and they've got this little e.l.f. zit zapper, which is fantastic. Their tools, like their eyelash curlers and their makeup wipes, which I'm unfortunately out of, but they come in a little black packaging that looks just like the MAC wipes, cleansing wipes, and I love those. They're gentle, they don't irritate my skin. You get 25 for $3. I rank those very, very highly. So I pretty much love everything that I've tried from the Studio line. Just love them. Next, again, as just kind of a sweeping generalization, I love e.l.f. eyeshadows. Apart from their mineral eyeshadows and the baked eyeshadows that I just showed you, which I find to be a little bit too shimmery, a little bit too sparkly. And also those large sets that they have, like the 32 colors, the 100 colors, which in my opinion are, I don't know if they like buy them from another distributor or another manufacturer, but the formula is not the same as like their single eyeshadows and their smaller kits. So apart from those, I've loved every e.l.f. eyeshadow that I've tried. From the Essentials line, these little brightening eye color quads, even though, they're quite small, the pans are really small, the color pigmentation on these is fantastic, and they're so creamy and vibrant and blendable and long wearing, and you get really great color payoff. Like, they don't just swatch well and then look, fade out on the eyes. They're just fantastic for $1 even. And then my favorites are their beauty books and eye encyclopedias that they do, these little kits that they put together. I just think they're absolutely phenomenal quality and phenomenal value for the money. Just think they're great. And also, individually speaking, as a product, I love their lip products. I just think that, like their lipsticks, their liquid lipsticks from the Essentials line, which are $1, are fantastic. Where is it? This lipstick, I can't remember if this is from the Mineral line or just the Studio line. This is a lipstick in Runway Pink, which is a fantastic kind of pink, nude pink. I'm wearing it today. Is great. The $1 lipsticks, everyone that I've tried, I've just loved. So what I'm going to do now is talk about my 10 all-time favorite products or essential products that I always have to have. So the e.l.f. eyelash curler, $1. It's got this cute little kind of kick out here to rest your finger on while you're curling, and it just kind of puts your hand in a really nice kind of natural position when you're curling your lashes, as opposed to like some of them that are, I don't know, I just don't find them very comfortable. I find these very, very comfortable. My hand just fits in it naturally. Curls my lashes really well. I mean, I've tried other ones, but I just keep going back to this one, and I've repurchased this one a couple of times, like I said, because it's $1, and after you use the pads, I just go and buy a new one. I love it. As I showed a second ago, the e.l.f. Zit Zapper. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. And it's a little roller ball like this, and you just dab it on a zit. I do it at night. You wake up in the morning, and I swear the zit is gone. It's just that good. I love it. It works almost instantaneously. So this is the e.l.f. eyelid primer, and this is just from the Essentials line. They also make this, I think, from the mineral line as well, but this one is better, mostly because it's $1. It just works as well as my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, or my what is it? The one from Urban Decay. Eyelid primer potion from Urban Decay. It's just kind of got like a neutral like skin tone to it. Now, having said that, I don't really have oily eyelids that require like a really like hardcore eyelid primer, but I think this one works fantastically. The only thing that I will say about it is it used to be made in a container that you could see through, so you could see how much product you have, and now they kind of like have this colored plastic container, which is a little problematic in a way, because I think they're putting less product in than you used to get, but at $1 you can afford to get multiples. As I mentioned earlier, I love the Studio blushes. I think I have them in pretty much every color. But my favorite of all time is this Mellow Mauve. I just find it to be a really nice kind of neutral tone. It's just a nice rosy tone to the cheeks. It's not too pink. It's not too peach. It's not too dark. It's not too light. It's not too chalky. It's more of a bronzer in the summertime, and in the wintertime, it adds color to my cheeks. Next up is the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. This is in medium, and it's got kind of a colored gel on one side and a powder on the other side. I find the powder is a little bit too kind of reddish toned for me when I put it on my skin, but this gel product here is just phenomenal. I don't want to like get a bunch of it. It's like a nice kind of taupey shade, and it's just pigmented enough to fill in my brows without looking like I can see product on the skin underneath. It's just great. I mentioned this earlier. This is probably my favorite eyeshadow product of all time. This is the e.l.f. Beauty Book in the Neutral Eye set. I just love the color range of the shadows in here. There's some matte, there's some shimmer. This kind of shimmery brown shade down here is phenomenal. This shade here, you can see the big divot in the middle of it. It's a shade that I wear all the time. And it comes with a little mini eyelid primer and that coffee colored eyelid primer, which I loved. And this I found at Target for $5. I mentioned this as well. This is probably my favorite e.l.f. lip product of all time. This is the e.l.f. Luscious Liquid Lipstick in Bark. I'm wearing it over top of my the Runway Pink lipstick. And it just adds a nice little bit of neutral shine, and it's just a really great formula. I love these, and they're $1, and you can get these at Target as well. And sometimes at Winners you can find them in kits. Next up is my e.l.f. Lip Exfoliator. If you watched the video where I unwrapped this and tried it out for the first time, you'll know how much I like it. It's got brown sugar in it and shea butter, and it tastes delicious, exfoliates your lips, and leaves them really moisturized because there's shea butter and vitamin E in there as well. It's really good. From the mineral line, From the mineral line, I love this little e.l.f. booster because it's just a like pink toned powder that I use to set under my eye area. I like it a lot. Last up are the e.l.f. Studio blushes, brushes, and I kind of saved the best for last. I think these are probably some of the best valued products out there, like makeup products out there, like bar none, period. I just think they're fantastic. You can get the whole set, I think, is $30 for 11 brushes. But again, I always wait for them to go on sale. When they go on for 50% off, you can get the whole brush set for $15. They're absolutely fantastic. I don't have the whole set in front of me. I just grabbed whatever brushes that I could put to hand. But for the most part, I use these brushes every single day, and I only have one complaint. This is the e.l.f. powder brush. This is the third brush that I've had in 3 years, and the complaint that I have is the glue sometimes lets go on these ones especially. I've had no problems with any of my other ones, just this one. Like I said, I've replaced this 3 times. So the glue will go and the thing will come off, but you can buy this individually for $3, I believe, or as part of the set. So it's not really a big deal. That's the only thing that I can say about them. I've been using these pretty much every single day for at least 2 years, and I just think they're absolutely fantastic quality and value for the money. They're soft, they work well, they're constructed nicely, they look really nice and luxe, they don't lose their shape, they all still look as good as they did the day that I got them, and they're fantastic. My favorite brush of all time, I think, is this new e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. This is an individual brush that you buy separately, and it's just so nice and soft and fluffy for applying concealer without being too fluffy. It's great. That was my likes and dislikes and all-time favorites of e.l.f. And I will be back probably next week with another brand. I'm going to go through the drugstore. I think this is a really great, it's almost a tag in a way, because it's so great to see what everybody's likes and dislikes are from, the same brands. Have a great day, guys, and we will see you soon. Bye! And from the drugstore, and blah, 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 blah.